Good morning, dear colleagues. I'm very pleased to be invited for this webinar on social and sustainable enterprise in this area. My name is Yvonna Gaillyova. I'm a physicist. I work since nearly 30 years for the Czech Union for Nature Conservation, for the organization which is called Veronica, or Ecological Institute Veronica. We are based in Brno, the second biggest town in Czech Republic, and we work also very much in the White Carpathians. Our most important topics are nature protection, climate education, and sustainable regional development. But we started many years ago, nearly 40 years ago, with a journal called Veronica. This name Veronica is a name of a plant which is typical for our region, and it is a very small plant but very resilient. So this is the poetry behind. And today I will show you a big piece of our work which is connected with the White Carpathians, with a small village. And we very often speak about this development as green inspiration. So to be sure where we are, we will speak about this nice landscape, about this very small village, which is already more than 30 years on the way to sustainability and climate neutrality. And I will try to explain what happened there, what were the origins, what were the reasons, and what are the contributions for sustainability, for climate protection, for biodiversity protection, and so on. So we will also talk about these pillars of sustainability. We will speak today about a small village which is called Hostětín. You see it on the map. It is a very small village on the border between Czechia and Slovakia, in the region which is called White Carpathians. It's a UNESCO reserve and protected area. As you can see, this place is very remote from biggest towns or big towns. Three capitals, Prague, Vienna, Bratislava, are nearly on the same distance. To Ludwigshafen and surroundings, you will go from Prague to the west, and to Berlin, it's 4 hours with train from Prague to the north. So you see, we are far away from everywhere. This countryside is very nice, therefore it is also biosphere reserve. The most important pieces of this reservation are woods, pastures, orchards, and very famous are the meadows with orchids. But back to the village. This village is now known as one of the most ecological villages in Czechia, and the development was quite long, and this is our task for today. We will talk about biomass heating plant. We will talk about apple juice plant, about wastewater treatment plant, so-called reedbed wastewater treatment plant, and also about facility where my organization works. And this is a seminar center with small eco hotel or eco inn. Why we talk about sustainability? Because we talk about a mixture of social, economical, and environmental benefits, which serve the region for sustainable development, for its sustainable development. The whole Hostettin story, the story of the ecological village, began in the early 90s, last century, by building of a reedbed wastewater treatment plant. I'm not sure whether you are familiar with the technology. It's a very simple but advanced technology, very natural technology. There are just 2 fields and small water reservoir which clean the sewage water from the whole village. The principle is biotope, wetland, where the microorganisms, the bacteria on the roots of wetland plants do the same work as the bacteria in industrial wastewater treatment plants. The big difference is that this is nice, this is part of the landscape and nature, and it needs no electricity. Everything is natural, and the water is flowing just due to gravitation. Why was this wastewater treatment plant, which is quite normal in all villages, probably in your region, why was this so important for the region, for this village? Because the village lies 2 kilometers above drinking water reservoir, and without wastewater treatment, it was prohibited to build new houses there, to rebuild old houses, to make them bigger, and therefore the village was completely unattractive for young people to live there, to come back after their studies, and it was quite clear that this village will not will just die out. And thanks to this to the successful construction of the wastewater treatment plant, the new development of the village began. And not only that, this construction ban was removed, but also the new wastewater treatment plant, the reedbed wastewater treatment plant, became an attraction for excursions from mayors, from different villages, for people who came and saw this, for this region, new working technology. And people from Hostettin, they also liked it very much because it enabled a new development of their village. This was something like opening their minds and hearts for further environmental sustainable projects, or we call them pilot projects. As I mentioned in the beginning, the region is famous for orchards, for extensive orchards with traditional fruit species. And the question was how use this traditional production for development or support of local economy area within the last century and area. The traditional processing was drying of this of the fruits, and you see here on the picture one such a drying kiln, which was in the early times or eras in nearly with every farm or house. And our organization, we repaired one of them. And on this way, people can dry their apples also nowadays, but it is more attraction or something for festivals and so on. Of course, in the region there exist modern drying facilities for the fruits, but this is just a uh, minimal part of this big production of the orchards. And we were thinking how to use more of these apples, which are not attractive for supermarkets because they are very resistant, but they are small and different shapes. So it's necessary to protect them into jam or juice. And we decided with further NGOs, for NGOs, to develop a local juicing plant, which make juice from this apples. We succeeded to find a very good partner in Luxembourg, and in cooperation with their experience and also financial support, we started in 2000 the apple juice production. The difference is that this facility can deliver for the normal market with all hygiene uh, uh, necessities and so on. Area people made their own juice at home, but it was just for their own use. Since 2000, we produce apple juice with different mixtures with different other fruits. And since 2015, also apple vinegar, both in organic quality with apples from organic production, organic orchards. Here you see how it looks like in late August, September, October, when there is a good harvest of apples, which is not every year. And unfortunately, this year with the with the extremes, with the special uh, uh, special weather extremes we experience now, it is not clear whether we will have again good harvest. We are able to process 200 to 300 tons of these apples a year, which we buy from organic farmers, or we buy the apples from people from region, from their gardens, but this is not under this organic production, and it is sold as farmers apple juice. As we see in this picture, nearly miracle happened in 2010 when the British embassy find Hostětín as a target for visit of these times prince nowadays King British King Charles, and who made a visit to Central and Eastern Europe in 2010, and one of the places he visited was also Hostětín. So here we introduce our juice and syrup production to His Royal Highness. The apple juice plant itself made 2 jobs for whole year jobs, offered job for the local people, and about 8 part-time jobs during the harvest and the production season. It offers, of course, income for local apple producers or farmers, and this, and of course, if we are able to process the local production of apples, it contributes to the orchards. The people see it's reasonable to plant new orchards, and something very, very important happened, because 40 years there is a tradition to map and research traditional fruit species, but without processing and marketing and selling the products. It was just a scientific thing and not a part of very important nature protection, but not that important for local people. Now local people again plant new fruit orchards. They very often use this resistant traditional species of fruits, mostly apples. Another story is the way the heating plant, biomass heating plant in Hostětín. It was a very important development in the beginning of 90s. This region was not connected to natural gas. The traditional fuel was for heating was coal, not very high quality coal, which made the air in the village very polluted. In the beginning of 90s, then it was changed into electricity heating very often. But again, Czech electricity is from from coal-fired power plants. So the air pollution was just moved to North Bohemia, to the German borders. But the traditional fuel was wood. And during discussion and huge cooperation of the village and our organization and international partners, the process was finalized successfully in 2000, and the biomass heating plant was opened which heats centrally the whole village. All houses are connected. As I told you, the wood was always the traditional fuel from the nearby forests. It's a renewable source of energy. So the climate protection is very clear why the wood heating is better than coal heating. And this biomass heating plant uses about 700 tons of waste wood from the nearby sawmill. So it's also profit for the local businesses. In this picture, again see that I'm showing to Prince Charles some picture. You will see this picture a little bit later. Very important piece of sustainability is that the money paid for fuel, it means the money paid by people for the heating, stays in the regions, supports local economy, and this is something very different to the situation when all payment from for heating is goes away from the region, as it is unfortunately quite normal until now. So this plan already this time in 2000 increased the self-sufficiency and energy independence of the village. It was very important 2 years ago, after the Russian aggression and the energy crisis in Europe. Media came back after 20 years to Hostettin, and they admired how clever people in Hostettin were in the years before year 2000, that they decided to use the local renewable energy source for their heating. The project, it was Czech-Dutch cooperation based on the Kyoto Protocol uh, for climate protection, and the very important, not at all side effect was it also the air quality in the village improved very much. This enterprise offers also local jobs. As I said earlier, it helps also the people who deal with forestry and wood processing, and so it again contributes to sustainability, to the possibility to have the job in the village, in the region, and have income for the family. We started in at the end of 90s, last century, also installations of solar systems in Hostettin. We used do-it-yourself system, but also advanced technology, and we installed these collectors on many houses in Hostettin and also in the region. It was also part of education for people, and again some pieces of job and support of local jobs and support of local economy. After this warm water systems, also photovoltaic systems came into operation. It was about 2010. This is one system of the apple juice plant, and this is system close to the biomass heating plant. For instance, this system offers or produces twice as much electricity, which the biomass heating plant needs for its operation. This biomass heating plant operates just in the colder half of the year, produces heat and warm water. this is the picture that I showed 15 years ago to the Prince Charles. It shows that how in Hostětín the energy sources, how is the balance between renewable, the green, and fossil, the black parts of the piles. Last century, the middle of the last century, of course, every heating was from wood, from the nearby forests. Then it came coal, and then it came a fossil electricity in the beginning of 90s. And after completion of the biomass heating plant and installation of solar systems, Hostětín is again nearly renewable, talking about heating and warm water, and now also partly talking about electricity from photovoltaic power plants on roofs. We have in Hostětín also a special environmental social enterprise for processing of fruits from our garden, which are not used by apple juice plant. They made different cookies and jams and so on. And this is environmental social enterprise according to standards of environmental social enterprise. Again, local jobs for people who take care about their families, who have some problems with health, for instance, or are not able to find a job, and they are employed in this environmental social enterprise. I will just mention ecological public lighting, so that you see that the approach is from the environmental point of view really complex. It has not so much to do with jobs in Hostětín, but it has much to do with night protection, dark sky protection, and also biodiversity on the meadows, because for instance, the night butterflies are not attracted by bed lamps. As I told you, in year 2000, we had already apple juice plant. We had many solar panels. We had Hostětín had a wastewater treatment plant, this reedbed facility, and apple juice plant. And it was quite clear that it is a huge potential for education, for dissemination, for sharing of experience. And therefore, we decided to build a seminar center there. And you see now how it looks like. It was the first public building built in passive standard in Czech Republic. And nowadays, we have there, we used, of course, different environmental friendly technologies and renewable materials like straw and so on. We use rainwater in the toilets, and everything is heated by biomass heating plant or solar systems. We have the electricity from photovoltaic, and we save many tons CO2 per year thanks to installation of this climate protection measures. Small example, in Czech Republic, every person produces nearly, or not nearly, more than 10 tons CO2 per year. Here we save 1,200 tons, and we are not including the seminar center because it is not saving with comparison to the history because this house was not there. So just solar system, biomass heating plant, and wastewater treatment plant. And there are so many tons. It means that from the 220 inhabitants, there are 120, thanks to these measures, who do not produce any CO2. It's not true, but it shows how much of savings can happen if you complexly talk about all technologies. Let us come back to the elements of sustainability of the projects, of the pilot projects, and just summarize. What do we understand under economic benefits? It's support of local economy, stable energy prices, for instance, development of local markets, and change of consumption patterns. The social benefits are quite clear. Many local jobs. When I will come back to our seminar center, it's again nearly 15 local jobs which were created. It enables rural livelihood. It enables families to stay in the region, not to travel in order to get jobs. It offers much education. It includes much public participation. People participate in apple juice plant. They nowadays are included in energy production. They always talked about the projects and were involved in the development. It's a nice piece of democratic stabilization because they need not to move. And it also promotes very much the region. And the environmental benefits for me as environmental NGO are quite clear. Nature, heritage, biodiversity, nature protection, renewable energy sources, climate protection as my highest concern, and also support of organic food production. I talked about participation, cooperation, partnership. In this picture, you see in which projects I mentioned. The municipality of Ostětín was the leader, and we served as a partner for dissemination, education, support of the village. And there are other projects like solar, apple juice plant, or the seminar center, where NGO was the leader and municipality the partner. And nowadays, it's much work. It's sometimes very difficult and complicated, but everything is in good function and serves to the people and to visitors. And this is a very good feeling about resilience, about cooperation and participation. Our house serves as an education center. We talk about experience, we collect data from the projects, we make a computation of carbon footprint for the village, for our center. We monitor the technologies and make visualization so that everybody can see what works, what was bad, what was good, how are the economic benefits from this local development. So students like you are coming. They also talk outside, not only in the seminar house, of course. Mayors, visitors from many states, mostly from Central and Eastern Europe, are coming and learning about about development. We explain the technologies, we explain our experience. We teach also how to, for instance, how to care about fruit trees. Each year, many courses on dealing with that. Of course, as we protect nature and we teach much about that, and we have excellent experts who talk to people and to general public, to students and so on. We very much work with disabled people, show them this wonderful nature, and also in cooperation with the village, we organize each year Apple Festival, which attracts many people, make promotion for the village, promotion for the apple juice, but mostly promotion for apple trees, for biodiversity care, and with us always the climate protection. We are happy that to Hostětín you can come also by train. This is an older picture. There are a little bit more modern trains now coming to Hostětín, but we very much talk also, try to support the region in their wish to get this trains or this way with electric trains with renewable energy, which would be much better than this diesel old things. So it is all from me. Hopefully you get some sense about Hostětín, about White Carpathians, about sustainable regional development, about the local economy, and how it also changes the entrepreneurship in the region. And now I'm open to your questions, if any, and you will get this presentation. You can look on our webpage, and if you have some excursion or you might trip into Czechia and Slovakia, so we are on the border, and you are always invited to come and hear more, or maybe visit also our climate academy in summer. Thank you very much.